Are you someone that has been thinking of being a visual artist, but you don't even know where to start from? Say maybe you do 9 to 5 and you're just scared to start that art business. Um, I want to bring you into my world of owotasere because owotasere really I just started this visual art business about a year ago. I've been painting, but as far as the business side, I just started last month, and I kid you not, it's not been easy. So I want to take this opportunity to invite you to follow my journey as I create all Tashere. I think you might be able to pick one or two things. Again, if you're someone that you think, you're still like procrastinating, you don't know where to start, I think you could definitely learn something from this journey as I create all Tashere. So hi, my name is Olanrewaju Yusuf. From Lagos, Nigeria, and I have always had this creative side of me. So I studied marketing in college, that's in Nigeria, and I did do okay, after college I found myself interning at an ad agency, and from the agency I decided to go to India to study filmmaking and visual effects, and got back to Nigeria. And fast forward, I went to represent Nigeria at the Cannes Festival of Creativity. Hopefully you know well about that. And after that, I moved to the United States to pursue my career, school, and all of that. So now, as I think up until COVID, I was freelancing and actually had a full-time gig where I was working at an automotive company, and COVID happened, we all got laid off. But then I had the opportunity to work with companies like Adobe, Disney, and yeah, that kind of really helped my career as a video production specialist. Then I got to do a lot of, personal 3D work, just to brush in my 3D skill set because I've always loved 3D animation. And I started working with a company. I don't want to mention their name. Full time up until 2024. So it's been a crazy long journey as far as like me in the video production industry. I've done my own short films, blah blah blah, but for some reason there's always been this side of me where I just sometimes will just find myself sketching, but mostly typography. So because I sometimes, a lot of the things that are happening in the world just doesn't feel right to me. So sometimes I just find myself writing words and just trying to make them look beautiful. So yeah, so I've been doing that, here and there, sometimes on notes or anywhere. But last year, I made some of those kind of sketches, or I call it like doodles, on one of my photos, my actual portrait photo, and I posted it on Instagram, and I got like really good feedback. And so from there I was kind of like, this is kind of cool. So I made a few more, and more people saw and they just really liked it. And then same last year, I was talking to two of my friends. One of them is a visual artist, and one actually has his own clothing brand. So from there, we kind of just talked about why don't we do our own solo exhibition. And luckily enough, at the time, I my studio was really big in downtown LA. And so we decided, you know what, instead of was still like upcoming. Instead of us going to rent out a space, why don't we just use my space? So we did a 2 day art exhibition. We invited friends, family, you know, just to come support us. So I think it was like a month or so. I was like, you know what, what's the worst that could happen? Let me, challenge myself. So I made a whole bunch of art. Like, I'm talking tables, couch, bottles, like literally anything you can think of, because I just imagine my my art can be on anything, which I've talked about how I even got that idea in the first place. So yeah, I made so much art, and exhibition day came, and I actually sold a lot. So the works that was left, I posted them on Facebook Marketplace, and they still got sold out. So like the couch, I was surprised. I was like, wow, like someone actually will buy my art. So that really gave me, a big, I get like inspiration that wow, this is actually possible. But then after the exhibition, everything just went crickets, and that's on my hand, because I'm still also working doing video production, so I kind of just didn't make any art. So for like a year, until last month, someone that actually came for the exhibition last year reached out to me, and they were like, hey, I'm having my event. Is an afro beats, kind of event, and I would want you to come do like a live painting, if you will, and showcase some of your art to mostly Africans that will be coming. I was like, wow, okay, cool. So some of the prints that I printed them out, some few stuff that I wanted to finish, like some of the bottles. I wanted to put my art on it. I did that, put everything together. Then as far as the live painting, because I've never done something like that before, I was nervous. But so what I did is, got a 30 by 30 canvas. I know it was gonna take a lot of time if I wanted to start from scratch at the event, so I kind of just did a little bit from home, then went to the event to try to finish it. So, and wow, like my experience at the event, even though there wasn't a lot of people that came, there was so much compliment about my art, and that just gave me, I don't know, it spoke to me, and it's just like, you know what, why am I not even taking this seriously? Like, why don't I really engage and just make this owotasere thing, let me start pursuing it slowly to get to the point where I can actually live off of this full time. So yeah, since last month, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make a business out of this, and it just now feels like this is something that I honestly think that all my 3D animation skill set, my filmmaking skill set, my 2D animation skill set, everything that I've learned up to now, I feel like everything has been saving up itself for me to be able to be Owotasere's media house. So currently, I decided, oh, I'm gonna be the media house for myself. So any 3D animation, any 2D animation, any sort of graphics, anything that I have to do for Owotasere, I'm creating everything by myself. So yeah, and it's just crazy the amount of ideas that I've been having. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And like I said, if you're someone that you think you're looking to get started, Yeah, I think you can follow, this journey, and we can always learn from each other. You can always ask me anything, because as you can see, even the camera I'm using right now is just GoPro like camera, that I want this to be as raw as possible, very few edits. So I do have bigger cameras that I could use to make fancy videos, but I decided that's not what I want to make this about. I want this to be something that is so relatable. And yeah, so yeah, let's connect, say hi, tell me about what you are trying to do, as far as being starting a visual art business. All right, again, my name is Olanrewaju, and I run owotasere. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.